All right, so today I'm making a video. This has been my somewhat summer project. I'm across the creek. This used to be about 20 years ago when I moved here. The neighbor of mine that had it, this was his best part of his pasture for his horses. And then he got sick and ended up going in a nursing home, and his horses died, and it just sat fallow. The beavers dammed up the creek and it went to brush, and so now his son, I graze cows on in his pasture, so he wanted this cleared up. So I got over here this year. We got a nuisance permit for the beavers, but I didn't have to kill any, trap any, nothing. All I had to do to get them to convince them to move on is just cause a ruckus, start bush hogging and cutting down the brush, making noise, crossing the creek, and they abandoned ship and took off. I think they were about done here anyway, but this spring, this was all underwater. About up to here, this was underwater, and then it drained down a little bit, and I was able to get in with the tractor, and this piece up in here is higher. I cleaned this piece first, was able to get here, and then where all these cattails are, I got a lot of that cleaned out. And then up by the road, way up there, I started finding, I cut a path and I put the cows down in there. The grass was up over my head, and I just put them there for a short period of time. They trampled it, and then I was able to find the 101 small dams damming up the creek. And I was able to use a digging bar, break them one at a time, enough to get the water moving. And then Mother Nature blessed us with, they're saying 6 inches of rain, but my rain gauge caught 9. So within like 30 hours. So that ripping water just decimated what was left of the dams that I started to break. And after that, I was able to get in here again. I just shocked myself trying to get through the fence. Was able to get in here again with the tractor and clean up some more. There's not claiming this is great forage, because it's not. But we're going to use the cows, give them a place to eat, let them take what they want. I won't be doing daily moves. I'll probably keep them here until this is all either trampled or eaten, about down to nothing. So I'm expecting, they've been here a day. Expecting to get them moved probably late tomorrow. I want them to get into those willows on that bank, browse that a little bit. The beavers wreaked havoc down here. This ditch is where they drug logs down through. It looks like it was dug with a machine. It was never here. Before, I used to bring my kids down here to ride four-wheelers and ride horses. It was just nice, smooth, and flat. But so that is what they created. But the big problem, the beavers moved in when the horses left, and no one mowed it. So there's that. but we're just walking. So yeah, right now cows do have access to the creek, and I don't love that. But until I get them to clean some of that up and then get in here and clear that, it's too steep to come down with a tractor with a bush hog, so it's all going to be hand work. And then I can put in lanes, narrower lanes, when I have a little bit of something for them actually to eat down here. Can put in some lanes and put water up there and block them out of the creek, or put water down here and block them out of the creek. But right in here, feeding hay, I have hay out. They're not eating much of it, because why would they? They have some greenery to eat, but the goal isn't really to have them so much eat the hay. It's to, they like rubbing on it and spreading it. They'll eat some and just get those seeds spread out. I do believe there's a good seed bank still here, and once we run cows through it, knock it down, graze it down, everything we need will come up. So that's a reminiscence of a nice big beautiful apple tree that used to be here. There's a stump left. The beavers ate that to the ground. And that one right there, that was an apple tree also. It's sad because I remember being down here and watching the horses pick the apples up off the ground, and the deer. I'm happy that we didn't have to come in and kill the beavers, but I'm also happy to see them leave, because, well, it might look nice from a distance. If they were on your property, you wouldn't care for them much either. And this isn't my property, but I have use of it, and they just trash this place. Once the water starts backing up, it doesn't drain, becomes swampy further and further back, and then the willows fill in, and the ruts and ditches from them everywhere. So this would be, part of this would be, a little bit drier during the summer, but water would probably be back to close to the cows half the year, because the creek couldn't run. So, and you can see I made a little bit of a mess running a tractor through here to get it cut, but it's part of the deal. So we do have, they have been grazing some of these cattails, which isn't great forage, but it doesn't harm them, and some of this other grasses in here. There's quite a stand of switchgrass up closer up here towards the road. We're making our way that way. Most of that, I actually turned the cows just in on that without cutting it when it was still swampy, and kept an eye on them. That's how I started finding some of the dams. And that grass was over my head, so over 6 feet tall. So I believe it's switchgrass. It's recovering quite nicely right now. Can't wait to run through all this and get them back on that while our other pastures are taking a break. We're in a bit of a summer slump right now. So I would say we were a little overstocked with 7 cows. 5 of them was fine, but 2 more mouths to feed is a little much. But now we have pretty much, I'd say, double the, not quite, 3/4 more pasture area, but probably only half as much extra in grass. But so within I would say a year, this will be all beautiful lush pasture again, just with a few cows, rotationally grazing them, moving them. And anyone watching probably thinks I'm out of my mind, but everything up that hill in the videos I've made before was not far behind this. It hadn't been underwater, but it was brushy, terrible, and in 2 years turned that around to being, it's still got some weed problems, but you know, without spraying, when I'm not doing that, I am 100% opposed to using anything but animals to heal the land. So I truly believe that by this time next year, I'll need to make sure I make a video, come down here and we'll look at everything we have growing. It's going to be full of fescue, timothy, clover, switchgrass, bird's foot trefoil maybe. That's my prediction. I'm even happy to see I saw a dandelion down here the other day. That was good to see too. Even though it's a weed, cows will eat the leaves off of them and they do great soil work. So, all right, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you.